next matchup, a very important one. D-Man with Big Show taking on former champion, first ever Sweets champion, Stacey Jean with Seth Rollins looking to make a comeback. Last man standing, Lenny. Last man.
Many stipulations. Many stipulations tonight.
As you know, it is always random. We never know what the stipulation is. And Seth climbing immediately.
Trying to take down the Giant.
I mean, it's going obviously a size disadvantage here. The Sweets champion, though, has the experience, I would say, as I believe this is D-Man's potentially first Battle of the Beast tournament.
That's right. That's right. Seth Rollins, a very familiar face in the Battle of the Beast tournaments.
Highly
successful.
Several barn burners. A win. Oh my God!
Wow.
That is not something you see often, Lenny.
Just picking apart the big man, trying to keep him down. A smart strategy, if I do say so myself.
Not bad. It's not a bad one.
Well, I don't know how wise it was to pick up the big fella.
I mean, we'll find out here in a second. So now, obviously, if we're looking towards a last man standing stipulation, you need something that holds your opponent down. And now I think there's only a couple things that are going to do that for the Big Show. Obviously, a choke slam or that big punch. Seth, on the other hand, he's looking for that curb stomp and potentially a frog splash, maybe.
Could be curb stomp.
Curb stomp it could be more than enough to hold the big man down, though.
Or if you're able to incapacitate your opponent to the point where they cannot answer a 10 count.
True.
You win. So a vicious punch, multiple kicks, anything will do the job. Anything.
There's a first count.
No, I think he's going to need a little more than this. Yeah. Go get you a weapon. There are no rules, Seth.
No disqualifications.
None.
Wow.
Ooh, counts at 7.
Wow.
7 already. Wow.
Potentially more damage than we thought with that reverse Hurricanrana.
But the question has to ask, is the Big Show playing possum? Is he utilizing that count to catch his wind? Perhaps let his body recover? Get his bearings, so to speak.
Classic mind games of a giant.
You see boxers and fighters do it all the time.
All the time. Standing 8. It's an interesting matchup here. If you had to guess, the experience and the former champion Stacey Jean going up against the sheer giganticism of the Big Show.
Speed and quickness is a very useful tool, but then again, so is brute strength. Size, power, and the ability to maim is something that is right up the Big Show's alley. I feel that if that choke slam comes into play at any time now, it could spell disaster for Seth Rollins.
That's a long way down. That is a long way down. We have seen Seth fight his way through several finishing maneuvers, so we know that he's got the heart, the guts. Big Show here is a first time proving himself how much he actually has, what it takes to go through the Battle of the Beast tournament.
And so far doing a bang-up job.
He really is.
Just picking apart Rollins.
Obviously, the size and the strength advantage here. Seth needs to use that speed. He needs to use his speed. He is a well-versed striker. He's got knees and kicks and punches that can really get a man the size of the Big Show down.
Second count. We are at 3 so far.
That's 4. He does have to stay down for 10.
Count is at 6, ladies and gentlemen. Big Show's not even moving. Oh, there he is.
Starting to stir.
But Seth
right
7. There to
continue
the assault.
The assault is right. The assault is exactly
right. Black hole slam.
Oh, he's calling for it.
Oh, the Big Show
He's calling for it.
Big Show is feeling it. Could we see it, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, pick up the pace. A little bit of up-tempo.
Surprising speed from the big man.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh! We know what he's probably thinking here.
Oh, my goodness.
He's got to be getting ready for a choke slam or a punch.
The ref should have been at 3 or 4 by now.
You would think. Those precious seconds are key in this as well.
Everything in a match like this. Last man standing. Count is at 7.
Oh my God. We're up to an 8. That is the
Very close.
Closest we've been so far here. A spear!
Oh my goodness.
That's not just an ordinary spear either, Lenny.
That is a 500+ pound spear coming at you.
Seth has got to be hurting.
Oh,
Oh,
here
he's
we
looking for
go,
that
ladies
punch.
and gentlemen.
Is he
Line
looking
him
for it?
up. Oh my goodness.
That could be more than enough.
Wait a minute. Seth.
Seth may be running on adrenaline at this point.
I don't know how wise that may have been, though.
No, he missed. He used up a lot of energy doing that drop kick, and it did not land. Did not land. This is a big test right here. This is the big test right here.
Seth is moving, but you have to ask yourself, how discombobulated could that big right hand have made him?
That spurt of adrenaline, that spurt of energy might have taken it out of Seth.
Well, I
We
think
don't
you're
know.
right, autopilot. I think it was on pure adrenaline.
He jumped up. He didn't even know where he was throwing that drop kick.
This is a count of 8 here.
Just 8.
Seth needs to turn this around, and this could do it.
This is where Seth starts building momentum. We've seen it happen before.
Referee right on time for that
That was
count
a
there.
very
We're
fast-
already
that
at
was very
3. Big Show is starting to stir. The big man needs to get to his feet.
Seth is waiting in the
And
wings
if you're
here.
a guy who's 7 feet tall and 500 pounds, it's going to take you a few extra seconds to get to your feet.
It is.
Count of 8.
What?
9.
Whoa!
What? And you clearly see Seth feeling the effects,
Spent.
dropping to his knees. I did not see that coming.
Absolutely incredible. You cannot
Wow.
ever underestimate Seth Rollins, or for that matter, our first Sweets champion, Stacey Jean, either.
Wow.